Welcome to the world of makeup and makeover. In this video, we shall discuss international marking parameters in makeup evaluation and global makeup certification standards. How can you improve your makeup? How can you increase the worth and value of your makeup? What are the areas in which you should focus to get better results? Which are the areas in which we allot a greater weightage, and how to get global makeup certificate? All these things we will discuss in this video. International marking parameters in makeup evaluation and global makeup certification standards. Here we have given a pie chart. The pie chart shows the differential weightage for different aspects of makeup, the different areas of makeup. And this is important because not only the way in which your makeup will be marked if you appear for an examination, but also they are going to be the criteria on which your final result will depend. Your final result will depend. This is the order of importance, the priority. So wherever you have got high weightage, you have to pay maximum attention, you have to focus on those areas, you have to spend more time on those areas, and also you have to practice. And that will determine the final result of your makeup. Even if you are not a student, even if you are not appearing for an exam, how good your makeup will be, what will be the final result of your makeup, how good it would be, depending on these differential weightage. So we have given contouring 20%, eyes 20%. That means contouring and eyes together 40% most important areas. The most important areas contouring and eyes. 20 plus 20. After this, highlighting 18%. So the three most important areas where you have to focus, where you have to give maximum attention: contouring, eyes, highlighting. After this, concealing 12%, lips 12%, correcting 9%, others 9%. Now in the last, this correcting and others, it may vary slightly. Sometimes it could be 8 plus 10. Now you can see that eyes are given more weightage than lips. Why? We will tell you later. Concealer more important than corrector. Concealer 12%, corrector 9% or 8%. So concealer more important than corrector. So contour, eyes, highlight. These three areas should get the top priority if you want your makeup to shine out. If you really want to become the best makeup artist, then these three areas, contouring, eyes and highlighting, should receive top priority, maximum focus, maximum attention, and also maximum practice. The list is important because these standardized rules ensure that if I grade your makeup as 4.2, this is an international standardized evaluation. So if you send the same makeup to any place, any expert, any institute, England, America, France, Germany, Russia, China, Singapore, Malaysia, Dubai, wherever you send, it will remain 4.2. It will not become 4.5, it will not become 3.8. These rules are important because if you focus on the areas according to the weightage given, then you can get the best makeup result. Now we will see why eyes given greater weightage than lips. Eyes, you have got many techniques, many products, many methods. Whatever may be the problem, asymmetry, dark circles, whatever be the problem, you got several techniques, you got several products, and you got skills. So you can do a lot with eyes. With mouth and lips, your scope is limited. You can't do much. Products are limited, methods are limited. So eyes, where you can do a lot of maneuvering, you can do a lot of things. Whereas with mouth and lips, you can't do much. That's the reason why eyes given greater weightage than lips. Now coming to concealer versus corrector. Concealer given 12%, corrector 8 to 9%. What does it imply? Corrector should be used only when absolutely essential and to very small areas. Corrector, first of all, you should apply sparingly only if absolutely essential. And also, you will apply to very small areas. Whereas concealer, you can use more liberally, more generously. That's the reason why concealer gets 12%, corrector gets 8 to 9%. Minimal use of corrector. Minimal use of corrector and to very small areas. Concealer, more liberal application. But this will give rise to another problem, particularly for beginners, and that we will discuss now. Now, what's the problem? Concealer more important than corrector. When actually you do the makeup, you first apply corrector, then foundation, then concealer. Right? That means the order is corrector, then foundation, then concealer. So at the time of applying corrector, you will have to know which one requires corrector and which one does not require corrector. You can do with concealer. In advance, foresightedness. When I am doing, at that time I should know that these areas require corrector. So we will apply corrector, and others which you think you can manage with concealer, those you will leave out. And after corrector, then foundation, then after foundation, concealer. So if you find that you can't manage it with concealer, then what will happen? You have already applied corrector, then you have applied the foundation. Now you find that concealer is not hiding the flaw. Now you can't go back. So that's the problem. In advance, a sort of foresightedness that out of 5 flaws, these 2 I will apply corrector, these 3 I will leave out. After foundation, I will apply concealer. You have to know in advance. And one caution, never apply corrector after foundation. Never apply corrector after foundation. Corrector always before foundation, concealer always after foundation. The order, first corrector, then foundation, then concealer. This order, don't miss out on that. Don't apply corrector after foundation. If necessary, you remove that part of foundation, then apply corrector and then reapply foundation. It requires us effort in blending, but do not apply corrector after foundation. The order should be always first corrector, then foundation, then concealer. So you have to know in advance where you will apply corrector and what are the areas you will leave out, so that after foundation you can manage them with concealer. Now, for students who are going to appear for exams for international certification, international makeup training standards, and the type of questions. International makeup training standards, one is the basic or entry level, where minimum you have to get 60% or more. Basic entry level, 60% or more. They are assistants or helpers. They are not independent makeup artists. They are assistants or helpers. Another makeup artist would be there and you will be working as their assistant. That is a basic or entry level, 60% or more minimum requirement. And the advanced international diploma, which will make you an independent makeup artist, 85 to 90% is the minimum standard. For entry level, that is for assistants and helpers, 60%, okay. 85 to 90% is the minimum requirement to get international diploma so that you can be an independent makeup artist. Now we will see the exam pattern and exam questions. So first we have entry level, minimum 60% entry level. 60% theory, 30% practical, and 10% project or coursework. Interestingly, makeup, which actually requires skill, here theory is more important than practical at the entry level. Normally one would expect that practical should be more important, but 60% theory and 30% practical. Theory is given more weightage. This is because at entry level, you are not an independent makeup artist, you are an assistant. So you do not have to do makeup. You have to understand the instructions given to you by your senior. You are an assistant. So you have to understand what your senior is telling you. You really do not have to do much work. So that's the reason theory more marks, practical less marks, because your work is to assist your senior and you have to understand what instruction they are giving you. 10% project or coursework includes all the thing you have been taught or all the thing you have learned during the period you were in the institute. Throughout your study, throughout your training, whatever work you have done or whatever you have been taught, all the assignments, that is coursework. Actually, they call coursework. They do not say project. They call it coursework. Actually, the project is not the word they use. I've used it here because I thought it would be more easy for you to understand, but actually they use coursework. All the things that you were taught during the period of your training. Now the sample theory questions, 60% theory. What are the questions they could ask? Sample theory questions, we have given 10 sample questions. Questions would be on these: difference between corrector versus concealer, difference between corrector and concealer, color wheel and the use, identifying primary and complementary colors, brushes the use, including how to clean the brushes, face type, different face types, round, oval, diamond, oblong, skin types, dry, normal, freckles, vitiligo, moisturizer versus moisture locker. Some products are moisturizers and some products are moisture lockers. Preparing for makeup. How would you prepare a subject for makeup? Product knowledge. Allergy test. How to conduct an allergy test. And the purpose of highlighting, because as we saw, highlighting is a vital aspect of makeup. So the purpose of highlighting. So these could be some of the topics on which theory questions could be based. 60% theory, 30% practical, and 10% coursework. That is all the thing you have done during the period you were under training in the institute. Now, advanced level, that is an international diploma certification, which makes you an independent makeup artist, minimum 85% to 90%. Now here, like makeup being hands-on skill, obviously have practical more marks, practical 60%, theory 25% and 15% oral. 60% practical, that's a live demo on a theme or event or occasion or mood. Time is fixed. You are given, say, 3 to 4 hours and you have to do it within that time. Subject, you have to do the actual makeup on a theme. A theme could be, for instance, a bridal. It could be a Hindu bridal, it could be a Muslim bridal, it could be a Christian bridal theme. Event, for instance, the subject is going to give a dance performance on stage or ramp walking event. Occasion, maybe the subject is going to attend her friend's birthday party. Mood, now this is important for movies and serials. Mood, supposing a mother, how would you capture the mood if she is sad because it is the first anniversary of her son's death? Her son had died exactly on this day 1 year ago. So, death anniversary of her son. How would you capture the sad mood of the mother? Or a woman is anxious, agitated because her son is not returning. It's past 10 o'clock at night. She is unable to contact her son and her son has not returned and there's no communication. Agitated, worried, anxious mood. So it could be theme like bridal, event like ramp walking or someone going to give a dance performance, occasion like someone going to attend a birthday party, and mood sad, happy, excited, worried. 25% theory on skin anatomy, the different layers of skin, epidermis, dermis, oil glands, sweat glands, types of skin, dry, normal, oily, then freckles, excess melanin, less melanin. So, skin anatomy, product chemistry. Why do you use silicone products? Why do you use aloe vera? So, product chemistry and color theory, the color wheel, the primary color, the complementary color, and 15% oral on hygiene. That includes that you should be using quality products and see the expiry date, the expiration date, and also whether your brushes are clean or not. If you do not clean your brushes after one makeup, the next time you use, the subject would get rashes. It would give rise to rashes on the skin the next time you do the makeup if you do not clean your brushes. And one set of brushes cannot last a lifetime. So from time to time, you will have to change the brushes. It depends on whether the brushes are camel hair or synthetic. But anyhow, you will have to change the brushes from time to time. You will have to clean the brushes after every makeup. You have to do allergy test. Allergy test compulsory, even if you know that you have been using the product for so many years. The product till now never had caused any allergy, but still allergy test is compulsory. And product choice, why you prefer a particular product for that particular skin. Now, hygiene includes one more thing, whether the subject is dehydrated or hydrated. Incipient dehydration, minimal dehydration, sometimes is difficult to make out. But you can never have a perfect makeup on dehydrated skin. You cannot do a perfect makeup on dehydrated skin. Not only human being, even God cannot do perfect makeup on dehydrated skin. So, since it is difficult to understand, particularly if the dehydration is very minimum, what we advise is hydrate the subject before you start makeup. When you don't know whether the subject is dehydrated or not, hydrate. Ask them to drink water or fruit juice or ORS, something they should drink before you start your makeup. First, ask them to drink something, either water or fruit juice or something, and after a 15 to 20 minutes gap, then start your makeup. Because if you do it on dehydrated skin, first of all, your makeup would never be perfect. And second, if the examiner or the invigilator sees you are doing makeup on dehydrated skin, you will be losing a lot of marks. So, hygiene includes hydration. Now, score format of a makeup work. If you submit a makeup work, the way in which evaluation is done, it could be grade point or percent score. Grade point out of 5 or percent score out of 100. So, if P is your grade point, P out of 5, P may be 4.2, 4.3, 4.0 out of 5. If P is your grade point, multiplying by 20 will give you a percentage. So 4 grade point is equal to 80%, 4.1 82%, 4.2 84%, 4.5 90%. So you can multiply grade point by 20 to get a score out of 100. So grade point multiplied by 20 equal to percent score. Now we will see the minimum standard for a makeup artist to be successful in this competitive world. So the minimum professional standard out of 5 grade points should be more than 4.2. 4.2 to 4.3, that's what actually qualifies as a good makeup artist. But minimum it should be 4, not below 4. Below 4, you are not an artist. You are not a makeup artist. Below 4, you are just a painter. A painter who paints floors, houses. You are just a painter. Below 4, there can be no makeup artist. The person is not a makeup artist at all. Minimum should be 4.0, but actually in today's competitive world, a good makeup artist means 4.2 or 4.3. That would be, person score would be more than 85%. 4.2, 4.3, around 85% or more. So always keep your quality 4.2, 4.3 and above 85%. The highest achievement so far, to the best of my knowledge, is 95 or 96%, but that is not a consistent one. That was on one particular occasion, the makeup artist got 95% or 96%. That's about 4.7, 4.8 in one particular makeup. 95% is not the consistent or even the average. Average is always around 90% for a good makeup artist, and always consistently around 4.2, 4.3 to 4.5. This should be your consistent level of performance in the field of makeup and makeover. Now here, consistency is important. Consistency is very important. We have given the scores of two makeup artists, imaginary, they're not real, hypothetical scores of two makeup artists. On the left side, you can see sometimes 3.7 and sometimes 4.4. But the total is 20 for 5 makeup, so that average is 4.0. But sometimes it is horrible 3.7 and sometimes it is excellent 4.4. The consistency is not there on the left side. See on the right side, more or less consistent, always around 4.0. Always around 4.0 or more than 4. So consistent. Consistent means reliable. Reliable. At least you will not get below 4. But on the left side, you can't believe the person. When you go, it could be 3.7 and sometimes it could be 4.4. So although the average is same for both the makeup artists, the average is same. For 5 makeup assignments, the total is 20, so average is 4.0. But the right makeup artist, right side, consistent, always around 4 or 4 plus. So reliable. That makeup artist can survive. That makeup artist will get clients. On the left side, the total is same. But because the makeup artist is not reliable or consistent, the left side what score we have shown, this makeup artist will never get client. They will never get client. Occasionally they may get one client for say 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. But once they come, they won't come back. And you will not succeed as a makeup artist. You will never get continuous client. Each say bridal 40,000, 45,000, 35,000. This kind of earning and this kind of client you will never get because you are not consistent. So although we have shown it for convenience, just comparison hypothetically, 4.0 is not a very good score. It is a minimum score, but if you really want to succeed in this competitive world, not 4.0, you will have to keep it 4.2 minimum, 4.2, 4.3. Even 4.0 is not very good in today's competitive world. Now, contouring 20%. Eyes 20%, contouring 20%. In contouring, we have an ideal oval face. An ideal, a hypothetical ideal oval face. So, your work is contouring as close as possible to the ideal oval. You will never be able to do it exactly. Definitely not in the way I've shown in the pictures. These are ideal conditions. In actual life, you won't be getting faces according to these types. But you have to go as close to the ideal oval shape as possible. If you can, by your contouring, give the appearance of an ideal oval or close to the ideal oval, then you get high marks and your makeup will also be very good. So contouring 20% in addition to eyes 20%. The job is to go as close to the ideal oval shape as possible. Besides normal contouring, we have an advanced contouring called projection. So if normal contouring you can't do, then you will have to go for projection. After eyes 20%, contouring 20%, it's highlighting. So highlighting is vital. 20% and 18%, almost as important as eyes and contouring. Highlighting forms the main base or the main backbone of the finished texture of your makeup face. After you finish makeup, the overall texture appearance will depend on your highlighting. So highlighting is vital, and now these are representative images because I'm not teaching you makeup. I'm not teaching you how to do makeup. I'm telling you about the vital areas which should receive priority, and when your makeup is evaluated, these are the weightage areas, the areas in which maximum weightage is given. So you will have to give more effort, more focus on these areas. We are telling you the priority areas. So these are representative images. So these three, eyes, contouring and highlighting, together they almost make up 60% of your makeup success. How much you will succeed in that makeup assignment depends on these three, total almost 58 to 60%. So after eyes and contouring, the next vital part, which is going to form the basis of the overall structure of your finished makeup face, highlighting about 18%. Next, we have concealer and lips, 12%, 12%. It could be 12 to 13. So the total could be 24 to 25. Concealer and lips, 12% each. As I told you, concealer you can use liberally, but corrector must be used minimum. Only in small areas you will apply corrector, only when absolutely essential. The other flaw areas you will use concealer. So when you can do with concealer, never apply corrector. That's one thing. And secondly, what we told you, corrector always before foundation, concealer after foundation. Corrector, then foundation, then concealer. After foundation, never apply corrector. Never apply corrector after foundation. Corrector should be before foundation. Concealer should be after foundation. So corrector, foundation, concealer. This order, do not miss on this. Concealer 12 to 13% and lips also 12 to 13%. So the total is about 24 to 25%. Next we have corrector and others about 18%. It could be 9 plus 9 or 8 plus 10. Remember the color wheel. For those who are new, take the picture in your mobile phone. Open this picture in your mobile phone and then do the corrector. Complementary colors, primary colors. To hide a flaw in one color, you apply the opposite color. And remember what we told you, character minimum and always before foundation. Character only when absolutely needed, apply to very small areas, and before foundation. After foundation, only concealer. And others, we will tell you about that. What comes in others? About 9 to 10% that we will tell you. So character, minimal use, small areas, and always before foundation. Then after foundation, you can use only concealer. Never use corrector after foundation. Now what others? Corrector we had 8 to 9% and others where we got about 9 to 10%. Bronzy, that comes under others. Fixer spray, which will stabilize your makeup so that your makeup will stay on much longer. Embellishing, hydration, rapid and assurance. So we will talk about hydration, then rapid and assurance I will tell you in the next slide. Hydration, as I told you, dehydrated skin, you can never get good makeup. You can never get good makeup on dehydrated skin. And you can see in the picture, the left half shows makeup on dehydrated skin. The right half shows makeup on hydrated skin. You don't even have to see the full face. Just see the red and green arrow. The red arrow and the green arrow. See the two arrows. The red arrow points to a makeup work on dehydrated skin, and the green arrow points to the same makeup work on hydrated skin. You can see the difference. Vast difference. If the green arrow, if the grade point is 4.3, then the red arrow could be 4.0, 3.9. See the huge difference. So makeup on dehydrated skin is impossible. You can never get a good result on dehydrated skin. Hydration is important, and don't think hydrating afterwards will help. Once you have started the makeup and then you're hydrating, then you're asking the subject to drink water and fruit juice, that's not going to help. Whatever hydration you do, whatever your subject drinks, water or fruit juice, that should be 15 to 20 minutes before you start the makeup. Not after you start the makeup, not after the foundation, not after finishing your makeup. And that time, even drinking 10 buckets of water is not going to help. It should be 15 to 20 minutes before starting the makeup. So, dehydrated skin, it's impossible to get perfect makeup results. So, hydration is important. See the green arrow and the red arrow. You don't even have to see the full face. Just see that area. They are marked with red arrow and green arrow. The green arrow shows perfect makeup on hydrated skin, and see the red arrow, the horrible makeup, the horrible result if makeup is done on dehydrated skin. So hydration, the vital part in makeup. Now we will talk about rapid and assurance. Why it's important to establish a friendly rapport with your client, and why assurance is necessary so that the client relies on you, the client believes in you, the client places trust on you, because on stressed subject you can never do perfect makeup. If the subject is under tension or stress, anxiety, tension, stress, you can never get perfect results. The subject should be relaxed. And in order to get a relaxed client, you have to establish a beautiful, sweet relationship, a friendly relationship, so that the client trusts you and they are relaxed. If they are not relaxed, if they have doubt, if they are skeptic, if they are unsure, if they are anxious, then you can never get good result. You can see in the picture we have shown the same client, the same face side by side. You can see the difference between doing the same makeup by the same artist using the same products on a stressed face and on a relaxed face. If the subject is relaxed, then see you can get very good result. See the right side picture. And if the subject is stressed or anxious or tensed, then you will not get good result. See the picture on the left. And the difference may be 4 to 5%. The difference between the final result of makeup on a stressed subject versus a relaxed subject, it could be 4 to 5%. So the quality of your makeup will decrease by 4 to 5% if you cannot establish proper rapport and if you cannot assure the subject does not place complete trust on you, you have to make the subject relaxed. It's your work to make the subject relaxed, then only you can get perfect makeup result. So you have to remove the tension, you have to remove the anxiety, you have to remove the stress, you have to see that the client trusts you, establish the friendly rapport so that the client is assured, the client is relaxed. Only then you can get perfect makeup result. Otherwise, the difference could be 4 to 5%. What is going to be 90%, you could be getting 85%. A vast difference. As you can see in the picture, minimum 4 to 5%. The value could fall if the subject is tensed or stressed. So rapid assurance, so you can make the subject feel relaxed. That's vital. Otherwise, you could lose 4 to 5% in the final outcome. So that was some of the key areas in which you should pay attention, and also you should have more practice in those areas. And when you are doing, the focus should be on these areas. That's the international making parameters in makeup and makeover, and also the global evaluation standards and international certification standards. So the outcome would be good if you pay attention to those areas where we have given more weightage, and the results could be bad if you do not pay attention to these key areas. So once you learn how to prioritize the areas, prioritize your work, in which areas you will give more focus, more attention, where you will spend more time, then the time management, then you can get wonderful results. So if you are wondering why someone else is getting clients, regular subjects they are getting, all bridal 40,000, 45,000, and you are not getting anything more than 10,000, the reason is here. The reason is here. You have not learned to prioritize the specific areas which could really make your makeup work stand out. If you want to be a perfect makeup artist, you have to focus on key areas. That's why we showed you the differential weightage of various areas in makeup work. So we wish you all good luck and professional success in makeup. As makeup artists, we shall come back again with more such videos. Till then, thank you and goodbye.